Today, we're getting desperate military hiring practices before GTA 6? Oh, wait, of course we are. This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint. It's time for CheckPoint.
That's convenient.
Indeed. Almost too convenient.
Dun, dun, dun.
Keen to sign away 2 to 6 years of your life for 96 hours in Vice City? One unit of the United States Army is offering 4 days off to play Grand Theft Auto 6 to soldiers who re-enlist for more Army. The 9th Brigade Engineer Battalion in Fort Stewart, Georgia is apparently not planning to need to clear any mines between the days of November 20th and 23rd. Hey, you know how you can get more than 4 days off from being in the Army? By not being in the Army. If you sign up for this, you've already got a console and a copy of GTA 6. What more could the Army offer you? Is it really that much fun to paint brown tanks green and then paint them brown again a few months later? What could a battalion of combat engineers even accomplish with a long weekend in Vice City? GTA 6 doesn't have the deformable terrain necessary to model finding an IED while digging a latrine. You can't get the strippers pregnant, and Rockstar will not sell you a Dodge Ram financed at 30% APR, so probably not much, really. And that's if the game will even work at launch, which is possible, but I don't think anyone should bet 2 to 6 years of their life on it. The worst part is that GTA 6 is so massive, it's warping release schedules around it. So if it is busted at launch, there will be nothing else novel to play. Are you really confident your pass won't get canceled because you need to get sent somewhere? Could be anywhere, really. To dig? Are you 6 years of your life confident? Are you the rest of your life confident? Do you really want to re-enlist just in time to be an extra in an Iranian supercut of drone footage? Also, you could have 4 days off in late November. Finally, the Post states the dates are expected to fall between November 20th and 23rd, and that this pass cannot be combined with other passes to create an absence of more than 4 consecutive days. American Thanksgiving is on the 26th. You'll miss eating footballs with your family for this? You could just wait a few days for it to be patched, if it even comes out.
2 weeks ago, during a report on Xbox price hikes, we joked that console scalping was a burgeoning new industry on the rise, thanks to the AI-driven demand for computer parts. But this week we have something even better. A heist story. 2 men have been arrested in Wuhan, China, in connection with a string of graphics card thefts. The plan was simple. Book a stay at an esports hotel with a high-end gaming PC, or 2 in the room. Pack a toothbrush, your clothes for the next day, a favorite novel, and a GeForce 3060, a solid budget graphics card. After you check in, tamper your way into the PC tower, exchange the hardware, install some new drivers, reboot your PC, probably boot up some ARAMs with the homies to make sure everything's running good enough, then get a good night's sleep. In the morning, sell your swanky new RTX 5080 graphics card on the dark web and book your next hotel stay. The plan had worked several times, but then on July 17th, the pair of thieves accidentally tripped the hotel circuit breaker during the heist. They cleaned up as best they could and called down to the front desk to ask for a new room. In the morning, the hotel manager called an electrician to take a look at the room, and at this point, they discovered signs of tampering, and an investigation began that led to arrests. The police were eventually able to connect the thieves to a string of similar heists. But here's the thing. Without that power outage, this racket might have gone on for months or even years. These tech burglars came close to finding a perfect crime. None of the guests who stayed in the rooms with downgrade PCs ever lodged any complaints with the esports hotels. It turns out the 3060 is good enough for hotel gamers. After the arrest, the stolen cards were returned to several hotels, and while I guess it's cool that some esports hotels have been returned to their former glory, it snuffs out our chance of getting half off a $2,200 graphics card. The 2 thieves in this story are sure to face consequences, but the handful of oligarchs at the root of the computer parts drought remain unpunished. Justice really is hard to make out at this resolution and frame rate.
Star Citizen is having one of its worst weeks, and it's due to a long series of own goals. There's a mission in the game called the Siege of Orison that was introduced in alpha version 3.17.2, which, because this is Star Citizen, was 4 years ago. The mission was recently removed in Alpha 4.0 to be reworked and reintroduced in Alpha 4.10. But before being added to the PU, or persistent universe, it needs some time to cook in the PTU, or public test universe, where a whole universe of public testers have been tearing in a new one because it's buggy and doesn't play well. Before we move on, I do want to acknowledge that, yes, it is very funny that we have a complete reimagining of a mission from 4 years ago, and the game is still in alpha. Okay, in an effort to allay player fears, they put together a special edition of their regular Star Citizen live streaming show with the intent of showing an internal build to demonstrate what the developers intended the player experience to be and how well it's running on internal servers. The issue being, and I bet you could guess this from a light year away, the internal build was also broken. The developers encountered bugged weapons, weird inventory UI, clunky performance, and I mean, this might actually be intended design, but it was so dark I couldn't see shit. I don't know why this was the breakpoint for many Star Citizen experiencers, but it has been. An illustrative comment I cherry-picked from the subreddit says, quote, "The issue is that for years CIG has said it's working fine on dev servers, performance is only bad because of player count, and then when they show us the intended design using their dev build, and it's just the same shit we experience." But the worst part of the live stream, to me anyway, these people do not like each other. These quips are not friendly bants among mates. At least one of them is being actively shitty to another guy the whole time, and it's not fun to watch. I don't play this game, so I can't exactly judge their gameplay, but their comms are dire, and their lack of team cohesion more than the bad performance eventually resulted in them not completing the mission. They were then cut for time by the regular host, who whispered to the guest host, "It's your show, wrap it up," in a tone that sounded less like a production note and more like an assignment of blame, which left the guest host developer like a deer in the headlights, stammering for backup and even asking the regular host directly to throw to him and then being shut down from off camera. The livestream debacle received coverage from Moist Critical, and the story has then been picked up by the usual round of gaming news sites. So maybe CIG is always like this and we just haven't heard about the previous times, but judging by community posts, it does feel like an inflection point for the beleaguered game. A lot of players are upset to see the game is in the state that it is under ideal conditions, and if this is how their employees operate with each other, it's no wonder the game is broken.
Golfers rejoice. If you can win at Pebble Beach, then top prize is being immortalized in a video game. Just not you, though. Your car. Yeah, that's weird, but also this has nothing to do with golf. I clearly said that to mislead you. Pebble Beach is a big damn beach, and they not only have room for 7 golf courses, they also have loads of empty space to host the Concours d'Elegance. It's a dog show for cars, but this ain't your daddy's show and shine unless your daddy is a shithead financier who had one too many days staring at their own limp dick in the shower and decided to make Italian automobiles the center of their personality. Instead of a financier, they could also be a game studio CEO with a car collection, but I think the limp dick is still a requirement. Kazunori Yamauchi, the creator of Gran Turismo, serves as a judge at the Concours, and every year he picks a car to win the Gran Turismo trophy, the chance to have the winning car scanned and digitized just how it is to be included in Gran Turismo. So if you've got a little bit of angst to exhaust regarding the moneyed class, why not pick up a second-hand copy of the game and run the winner's car into the wall over and over and over again? Sadly, I still have no explanation for why Ian keeps adding all that sushi to 24 Hours of Le Mans.
And that's the end of this episode of CheckPoint.
Indeed, but at what cost?
And can I live with myself knowing what I've done?
Can a man truly ever know himself?
Rosebud.
Coming up, Twitch rolls out a new feature to allow streamers to opt out of letting their content be used to train AI. When asked why they didn't let creators choose to opt in, they said, because no one would.
So the Twitch thing, it's weird. It's like, on the one hand, I do, on some level, appreciate the honesty of that guy when they were doing their like live stream and being like, why is this only opt out? And he was like, well, the real answer is because if we set it to opt in, no one would do it. And it's like, okay, I appreciate you just like saying that out loud clearly.
Yeah, it's not even the quiet part out loud, it's the obvious part.
Yeah.
And we all know that, so thank you for being honest.
But so like if you know that though.
Yeah. It belies a thing to me because that was like a C-suiter, wasn't it? I don't know if it was like the dude in charge, but
no, it wasn't the CEO.
Yeah.
Because he dressed in like a normal person,
but he was somebody very highly placed.
Yeah, and the questions that he was unable to answer are also concerning.
Yeah,
right. That it's like if two people are streaming and they're using the stream together function, and one person is opted out and one person is opted in.
Sorry, has forgotten to opt out.
Yeah, then. And he was like, well, what we should do is obey the preferences of whoever's opted out, but I don't know.
Yeah, but what we will do is whatever Amazon tells us to do.
Yeah, because they only talked about this on their Twitter.
Yes.
And people might not have seen it right away. Does that mean that all of the existing VODs and clips on our channel have already been scraped? When we then opt out, does that data get removed from the training sample?
That's a very important question.
And the biggest question that there was no answer for, what is this training for? What is being trained?
Yeah. Yeah.
And for who?
Yes.
None of that was answerable, which is maddening.
It's got to be so that they can make more of those false influencer gamer ads where it's like, I could really, this is so fun. I could really use a protein bar. Oh shit, Protein Max, like that kind of thing. It's like we need to make more of those because it's the only way you can sell shit to people these days.
Right.
Yeah.
And also as a bunch of people I saw point out as well, it's like, what if a video game is like, I don't want my stuff used for training, but that video game gets played on a channel that has opted in, and you're ingesting all of that information as well. The whole thing is
I guess the studio will have to sue us if they can figure out how or why or whenever it happened.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
We live in a kind of a bad media universe right now.
That's so annoying.
Still a lot of there's like good TV shows and good movies and stuff coming out still, which is nice. But yeah, the conglomerates are slowly fucking us.
There was another big GTA story that we didn't talk about.
Really?
Because the army one was much funnier.
Yes.
And again, this was just one army battalion. It's not the whole army, but
definitely ripped from the pages of Reader's Digest humor in uniform.
Yeah, exactly. There've been a bunch of leaks of GTA 6 by a group calling them, I think they're just called like Cyber Leak, but spelled with two E's. Leak, like
nice.
like
Leak Spin,
like the plant. Yeah. Anyway, there's some gameplay footage of GTA 6, apparently from a build like a year ago or something. The funny thing is, as much as this annoys Rockstar and Take-Two, all the reaction to the videos are just like, "Dang, this is looking pretty good."
All
like, there's nothing negative about it.
No,
which is really funny because they have demands.
Do they?
Yeah, they have demands to not to stop them from leaking more stuff, which again,
oh my god,
just seems like a positive. Let me see if I think I noted this down. Right. Here we go.
It's just during the marketing cycle, which I am sympathetic to because as somebody who likes to show off a thing when it's ready to be shown off, there is.
Well, they have like this exclusive deal with Netflix, right? That there's supposed to be like a big Netflix exclusive reveal.
Jesus.
Of GTA 6?
Of GTA 6 stuff, so they're probably not happy about that.
Weird, okay. Thou shalt not sell digital pre-orders. Thou shalt not sell fake single-player DLC.
Oh.
And thou shalt preserve single-player content.
I see that they've definitely gone biblical for this, which is a very important way to get taken seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know how they think this will work.
We'll just keep releasing more and more footage until our demands are met,
I guess.
Yeah.
There's something interesting about something interesting about leaking year-old footage.
Oh yeah.
In order to get them to change the game now.
I think they just know that they don't want any footage out there, and so they're like, we're just going to keep showing stuff. They clearly have access to a build that works, and so they're like, we're just going to keep showing more and more stuff until you give in to our demands, I guess. I don't know exactly how. I don't know what the plan is.
There's kind of a weird desperation about it, which is too bad because it's like we're slowly hearing about like, you know, hey, the way to because you do one of two things. You either work within the system, right? You go like stop killing games initiative type situation, or you do like you go rogue and you're like I have to work outside the system, like blowing up the White House. Like I mean, there's like you can go either way, either when you're trying to like get your way about a video game. And the thing is like it really feels like the working in the system thing is what's working, even if it's really slow right now. There's other ways to get what you want outside of video games, obviously, but maybe I don't know why being like we're going to hold your year-old build hostage. I'm like I don't really see how that will convince anybody to do anything about it.
At no point in any of this are we saying, "Oh, poor Rockstar."
Yeah,
just to be clear,
not at all.
Yeah, the developers inclounted. That story, by the way, the GTA 6 army story, that was, you may have been able to tell, was written by Cameron. Beej wrote about the
Pebble Beach, Concours d'Elegance,
which is very funny. I didn't know that had been. I guess that's been going on for a while.
It's been going on for decades.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
The Gran Turismo thing specifically. I had no idea.
I think that's been probably going on since Kazunori became a
judge.
A judge, at that place. I'm not alleging that he has a limp dick because I did say game studio CEO. So if you were only listening to Checkpoint, I didn't mean to imply that he has the limp dick. I actually have no idea what his dick is like. I've never actually seen it. He hasn't sent me any pictures.
I, too, have not engaged with it. I didn't know that Pebble Beach has 7 golf courses. Whenever someone says at Pebble Beach, I assume that was a distinct, specific course.
Because there is one, right?
Yeah.
There's the Pebble Beach Golf Links, I believe.
So it's probably that one, but I didn't realize. Yeah. Did you know, fun fact, the term links predates golf. It's a geographical term, but it gets used for specific terrain golf courses.
Like Old Scots, kind of?
Yeah, this came up in conversation the other day, and I found that out. Do some Wikipediaing yourself. Nelson wrote the story about the graphics card heist,
which was so funny.
Very funny and honestly kind of brilliant. And then I wrote the story about the Star Citizen thing, because, that we saw that, and we were just like, oh, this is so awkward. I watched it, and I was like, I'm not comfortable watching this. These people, one guy specifically, ripping into another specific guy, and the other people just sort of being like, hey, haha, we're trying to get through it.
It is surprising to me that when stuff like that happens, that I'm like, I don't know how you don't realize as the person being shitty how you're coming off. That if you're like, oh, I must be coming off being very jocular and very entertaining to the crowd, and it's like, I don't know why that doesn't occur to you to be like, I'm literally being shitty to this one person over and over. I'm literally acting a certain way, and it's like, man, I hate that kind of thing. It's like I
don't think it's that. I think it's that in their head it is obviously justified and correct to be shitty to this person, and everyone else sees that and agrees with it.
Yes,
because that's how I think, and everyone must also agree with that.
Yeah.
And apparently, according to, again, the subreddit, I did a lot of reading on the Star Citizen subreddit while writing the story.
I'm sorry.
The assumption is that is just sort of the company culture at CIG, because apparently Chris Roberts is also a giant wiener in that kind of way. And it's just like, by the way, the Star Citizen Live prior to this was Jared was his name, Hubecki, I think. Huckabee, Jared Huckabee, the regular host, who was like, all right, well, you wrap it up. It was him and 2 of the other developers just like sitting around doing like a really candid, like, what's going on, man? What happened? Like, what's going on with the latest? And like doing like this really candid, like, these are the challenges we've been trying to overcome.
Wow.
And it was like, and people were like, wow, this is great. This is such awesome transparency. And then this was the next one, and people were like, this amount of transparency actually made you look very bad.
Yeah.
Because they kept saying, like, we want people to experience what we are experiencing in here. And all the players were like, but what you're experiencing also sucks.
Yeah.
And is equally broken. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, Star Citizen continues
to inexplicably exist.
continues,
Yeah.
somehow. But we also continue, and that's thanks to you in a similar way that Star Citizen is only made possible by the people that give it money, but they've made millions and millions and millions of dollars.
And if you'd like to give us millions and millions and millions of dollars, don't use Patreon for that specifically.
Just contact Beej directly.
Yeah, we can have a
We
conversation.
could do like a wire transfer. That would be fine.
There's all sorts of things we can do. We can put money in briefcases and like drop it at airplanes.
But for the rest of you, if you want to give us like, I don't know, like $2 to $5 or more a month, Patreon is a great way to do that. Patreon.com/loadingreadyrun, or by becoming a member on this YouTube channel, and member shoutouts will be coming your way at the end of the video.
Yeah, do check out the store.loadingreadyrun.com, because there's stuff on there, and there's about a month left a little less than a month left in the current vault. So if you want to get any of the vault shirts, you are running out of time on those, because that's fun. But there will be new vault shirts coming up once those are gone.
The vault shirts are the print to demand shirts, where we have an opportunity to re-release some older shirts that we haven't printed in like over a decade, and some newer ones. So the current batch, for example, has Jobby the Jublin, which finally is getting a release, and but a reprint of the Aw Muffin and the Someone Doing Science in Here shirt. And the next shirt vault, I think, will have a similar mix of some older ones you might not have seen in a while, and one you've never seen before. So keep an eye on that. But for now, goodbye. Whoa.